Hi, welcome to another Harry's Hobbies video. And today I'm working on step 3 of the Yamaha Virago, which is the cylinder heads. And I have already gone ahead. Before we get into that, let's do this. I did the frame in the other video, and as you can see here, I've added the fender, the taillight assembly, and the rear foot pegs for the passenger, because these were the chrome pieces and needed to be added on after everything was good and dry and had been painted. I used a gunmetal color for the frame, and then for the taillight I used a clear red, as you might be able to see in the video, to give it that nice little red look for the rear signal. So we're going to move on to the cylinder heads, which is step 3. And this is a pretty simple step, and the video won't be all that long as far as assembly time goes. And I'll shoot pictures of both the frame as well as the cylinder head. And what I'm doing here is I painted the cylinder heads in a copper color, and that's to help, quite simply, just to keep the color down. And I want the chrome pieces to stand out, so I picked a color that would help offset those just a little bit. And what I'm doing is scraping a little bit of paint off to expose the plastic, so that these pieces will fit just a little bit better. Well, not necessarily fit, but the glue will bond to the plastic of the chrome pieces. And I've already scraped the chrome plating off the back of the pieces of the chrome, because that plating just does not accept glue all that well. Anybody that's been in modeling for any length of time knows this. You always want to scrape some of the chrome off. I know it's kind of a tedious sort of thing, but to get a good glue bond, you're going to need that. And I'll be using the extra thin cement for this. And what I'm going to do is just take the glue and add a little bit onto the piece that I'm going to place in. And this has actually got small little nibs for the fitting. And that fits on like that. I'm going to come over to the next one, and I'll put this piece on. Like so. And then we have 4 small pieces here. And as you can see, I've cut them right off the sprue tree and left them on here to make it just a little easier to scrape the chrome off the backside. And now I'm going to take them off of the sprue with just a real quick cut with the X-Acto knife. Hold your finger over the part, being that it's this small when you do a cut like this. Otherwise, you'll end up with it bouncing off, and it'll end up falling off and ended up in the dreaded rug monster, or in an area on your tile floor that for some reason you'll never be able to find the thing again. And that kind of keeps away from a whole lot of swearing and cursing. And again, all I'm going to do here is is put a drop on. We'll take one of the pieces. Now I am going to take the part that I snipped off, which is not going to have chrome exposed, and I'm going to have that facing the bottom towards the engine assembly itself so that you can't see the cut, because there's no chrome on that particular piece. I turn it over and we put the other piece on. Just a little bit of glue. And these sit in place very nicely. It actually fits together quite well. I haven't run into yet any fitting problems with any of the pieces. They've actually gone together quite nice thus far. And that sets in like so. Now, this little piece here is a protection piece, and on the real bike, this would help keep you from getting burned from the rear cylinder on your leg while you're riding. I'm trimming this up a little bit. Now, how do I know that which one of these is the rear cylinder? Well, it's pretty simple. In the instructions, you can see there's two cylinders here, one of which has a big nib on top, and the other one does not. Well, the one that does not is the rear cylinder. So, and this little protection piece is going to fit right here. Now, for this, since I'm not going to scrape any of the chrome off, I'm going to switch over and use the Gorilla Glue, because that's going to provide a better bond between the two chrome parts. I know I've said to scrape the chrome, but in this case, I'm going to take just a little bit of the gel glue, put a tiny bit on a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to use a toothpick and put just a touch of the glue on either side where this piece is going to go. And then I'm going to place this right onto that. Oh, got it to stick to my finger for just a quick second. This is one of the advantages of using the gel glue, because it doesn't set up quite so fast. And then I kind of tap that into place. And we'll set this off to the side and allow it to dry. And there you have it. The top cylinders are complete. There's a couple of little touch-ups I'm going to do after the glue and the paint gets good and dry. And then we'll move on. And the next step is going to be step 4, which is we'll be putting the cylinder heads onto the cylinders after they've been assembled and painted. So that's going to be a little bit of a longer video, it looks like, because it looks like it's going to be steps 4, 5, and 6. And we'll go through that when the time's right. But in the meantime, these are done. I'll shoot some pictures and finish up the touch-ups. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.